morning. So I am starting this vlog a little bit late. Normally I started on Fridays, but my son, Logan, my youngest one, he was home last week and he brought a virus home with him. So he got home Monday night, and then Tuesday he had a headache all day. And then by Wednesday he was running a fever. So Thursday and Friday, well, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I kind of spent running around the house after him with Clorox wipes and a can of disinfectant spray, because I am officially on my vacation week now. And I was like, I am not getting sick just in time for that. So I had to constantly keep the house sanitized. So kind of just focused on that and didn't really pick up the camera. But I am now officially on my vacation week. So I work in banking, and there is this ages-old policy that all of the employees have to take off a week every year. And it was an old way to basically catch money theft back before we were in the digital age. So if money was disappearing and an employee left for a week and it stopped disappearing, then you knew where it was coming from. Obviously with the digital age, that's probably not necessarily needed anymore, but I still benefit from it, so I'm okay with it. But I always take off the week of my birthday every year, and that is coming up this next week. The one kind of negative thing is that we are kind of hitting our first heat wave. So it's not necessarily starting today. It is going to get pretty hot today, but tomorrow will be the first day that the heat index breaks 100, and then it's going to rise again on Monday, and then on Tuesday it's going to be its hottest. We're going to have a heat index of 105, and that is my birthday, of course. So my birthday is going to be the hottest day of the year so far. And then we're going to have some rain come through on Wednesday and cool things down. Wednesday would have been my grandma's birthday, and this is going to be the first year since she has passed, or the first birthday since she has passed, I should say. So the first year that she won't be with us on her birthday, but she passed away last year in July. So one thing that we are going to do for sure this coming up week is basically celebrate her birthday. And her birthday's the day after mine. So mine's Tuesday, hers is Wednesday. So I have kind of been thinking about what we're going to do. She always liked the traditional, like, garden veggies and stuff in the summertime. So we're probably just going to put together kind of a traditional summer meal. I'll probably go to the farm. I kind of want to do a farm day on my week off. But I'm trying not to plan myself into a hole with things and end up, feeling burned out or stressed or overwhelmed because I've taken on too much on a week that I'm supposed to be off to relax. So, but I do think Wednesday will be farm day. And that way, especially too, because, she's buried in my hometown as well. So we can actually go take flowers to her grave and things like that. So that is coming up next week. If you want to come back for that vlog, because this vlog is just going to be weekend vlog. So starting on Monday of next week will be my week off, and I will do my usual, I have a meal planned. I'm going to do the cooking, but I'm going to do a little bit of bonus stuff because I'm going to do like cinnamon rolls on my birthday with some rainbow sprinkles, and we're having a little taco bar gathering thing Tuesday night because we always do our wine tasting on Tuesday nights. And so we're going to do that, but we're going to take a little extra stuff, and Michael's bringing me a cake, and he has this tradition that he does every year. So my favorite show is Gilmore Girls. And so every year on my birthday, he gets me a chocolate cake with chocolate icing, and he puts a Gilmore Girls quote on it. So I am curious to see what he's going to come up with this year. But without further ado, I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to finish my coffee, or at least sit and enjoy a little bit more of it before I hop inside. But then I'm going to get dressed and probably go do a little wandering around the garden. The sprinklers should be off here about any minute, and just check for cucumber beetles. I really need to pick some green beans. I'm a little hesitant though, because this early in the day, the mosquitoes will probably love me, but we'll probably be busy later. So I don't know if I'll get to it this afternoon, but we are meeting Michael's stepmom for coffee at 8:30. Then we're going to the farmer's market and doing our usual Saturday running around and errands and things like that. And a lot of times when I'm out running errands, I am not good at remembering to get some video footage. So I will try my best this morning to get some of those clips and throw them in here. So I will see you soon. of summer, but it's fall in Hobby Lobby.
$39.98. No, it's not $40. $39.98.
Coloring book.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Well, no, I wanted an activity book that had multiple, like some coloring, some crosswords, some word search, like multiple stuff, but they just don't quite have anything like that. That's kind of cool. Wonder if it comes with rocks. Yep, 3 River Rocks. Oh, that's funny. What's down here? Disney 12 coloring pencils, 64 scenes to color, so it's all coloring. We tried. Our favorite spot. We're looking for Michael a patio table. We found one. We've only been at like 5 different stores. Hi. So I picked up that ribbon from Hobby Lobby yesterday, and the reason I got it was to wrap around my purse handles. I had ribbon around it last year, but at the end of the season, I just went ahead and cut it off and tossed it because it was like dirty and stained. And I have another roll of this, but it is currently hanging in the little window between my kitchen and dining room, and it's the perfect length. So I didn't want to take it down and cut it, so I figured I'll just run and grab another roll. They're only $4, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And the reason I do that, and I like to do it on all of my bags, especially my leather ones, but even this one, it's just to protect the handles and keep them from getting worn or frayed, or in this case, the straw from cracking and starting to unwind. So especially right here, because this is what usually happens with anything woven, wicker or rattan or anything like that, is the stuff will start to unwind from it, and then it falls apart. So the whole point is just to keep it protected, but it also looks really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and get these handles all wrapped up. There's side number 1, and then I will trim these down so they're not so long. But I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I actually fixed this though because it Hold on, Michael's calling me. Hello.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good. Do you want to go with me to the roundabout if I come pick you up?
Yeah, I can do that. It doesn't matter to me, whichever one you want to go to or what you want to do.
All right. Well, I'll be there in just a few minutes.
Okie dokie.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. He's coming to pick me up so we can go get coffee. Man, I got this one tight. Did the little angled ribbon cut. I'm going to wrap the other side. I should have enough time to get that done before he gets here because it takes about 10 minutes for him to drive over. And there it is. Both handles done. And this little ribbon, I also just hot glued on the corners on here after I bought it. So I've had this bag for, gosh, I bet this is my 4th year carrying this thing in the summertime. So I probably can't link this exact one below, but I got it on Amazon. And at the time I bought it, it was only $25. But if you just search basket bag or like wicker purse, you'll find something similar. And they have them like this, and they have them in round. And honestly, this one, so it had a double drawstring and it popped out on the side. So now we're down to just one drawstring, but it has a little drawstring top and just everything gets tossed in. The only negative I will say is that it is a little difficult to wash because you can't just toss this thing in the washing machine. So when it starts to get stained up, I have to essentially just hand wash this with a little bit of dish soap and some borax, like washing soda, and give it a good scrub. And it does come clean very well. So that part, it is pretty easy to clean. It's just that you have to hand wash it and you can't just toss it in the washer. But that's it. Cute little summer bag. And as you can probably see, I do love my ribbon. It is very inexpensive and simple to decorate with, and it's very feminine. Just got back with the coffee, and the coffee shop let me take the paper, which it looked like somebody already did because all there is the sports section. But all I need is some newsprint for a project that I've been wanting to work on. So I don't know if you've noticed, there's like a gold picture frame in my kitchen that currently has nothing in it. So I wanted just a piece of newsprint to put as a background. And then I have a bunch of, I think they're Better Homes and Gardens magazines that I pulled, all of the ones that had really good flower pictures. And so I'm going to cut all of those out and put them on the newsprint as the background. And so I'll have like this little floral picture for my kitchen. So I've been wanting to do that for a while, and now I have the newsprint. So coming up this week, I am both going to fill my candle, which, hold on one sec. This was a couple of videos back. So for anyone who is new here, which is about 50% of the people who view my videos usually are not subscribed. So there are plenty of you seeing this that don't know about it, but I bought this candle holder. Well, technically it's not a candy holder or candle holder. It's a little candy dish, I believe, but I got it at an antique store for $5 last week. And I'm going to use it to pour my own candle. I have some soy wax left. My sister makes candles, and she did like the calculation for me and told me how much of this I need to fill. So this is going to hold 7 ounces. And then I'm going to snip probably Cosmos and American Dream Coreopsis out of my garden and put like little flower petals in with it too. And so I'm going to fill that. I still need to go to Hobby Lobby and get a wick. I was just at Hobby Lobby yesterday to get ribbon, and I did not even think about it. But since I'm off this week, I'll probably just make a run tomorrow. I'm going out to meet my friend Jenny for lunch, and so I can go and do it then. And then I'm going to pour this, and it will be the new candle for my living room. It will be unscented and 100% soy wax, so it will be a non-toxic candle. In that video that this was on, which if I remember, I will make sure that one is linked at the end, and I will also link it down below if I remember. Anyway, fragrance is the most common household toxin. And usually it comes more than anywhere else from candles because people burn candles so often, but also like air fresheners, plug-ins, any of that kind of stuff. So I wanted to have a candle that I could burn that is non-toxic. So I'm doing an unscented candle, and I'm gonna get that poured this coming up week. So that is the plan, and I can't wait to see it finished because this is so pretty. So pretty. This is what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can get it to focus. It's so close to the camera. See that little orange and black bug? There's several of them on this radish. So I'm going to stop filming for a second, take a picture, and see if I can find out what it is. So it is called a Harlequin bug. I have never seen them before, but evidently they are agricultural pests and they can cause a lot of damage to crops. So definitely going to squish them. Not with my hands though, because it says they're related to stink bugs, so they'll probably smell. But gonna get rid of those. I don't see them anywhere but the radish so far, but I will probably spray with neem oil just in case. I actually really hate picking green beans. It is my least favorite garden chore, and that is because the mosquitoes always get so thick inside of a green bean patch. So it's impossible to pick green beans without getting eaten alive. But I did get to harvest my first round of daikon radish seed pods. They are pretty well dried out, but not to the point that they're splitting open and losing their seeds. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull all the seeds out of this, and it looks like this is gonna be enough. So I can pull the rest of the daikon radish that are in there. And I have a couple of red radishes that are left in there that I'm still waiting on to finish drying out so that I can harvest the seed. But that's going to prevent me from having to buy seed packets next year. I will have to for some things because, you know, again, if you saw this vlog, it's been at least a couple weeks back now, I think, but the deer found my garden and ate off the tops of my lettuces right as they were like bolting and starting to produce seed heads. So my romaine and my butter crunch that are inside the greenhouse are the only ones that I'm going to have seeds for. So I will have to buy some lettuce seeds next year, and kale, because the kale just aren't creating seed heads. And I don't know how long I'm going to have to leave them for them to actually do that, but I'm going to be pulling them here soon. So there will be a few things I have to buy seed for, but it definitely is not going to be the whole garden next year. So I'm going to get to harvesting these. Seed is still green. That pod won't be any good. That one's still green. So I've popped open enough of these. The first couple that I opened were dried and brown, but the rest of them are more, definitely a lot more of them have been green. So it's not ready yet. So I think I'm gonna go and pop this back into the ground so that it can finish drying. This one, it's broken off, so I'll keep popping these open and see if there are any brown ones in there. But it really, if you want to harvest radish seeds, this is the first year I've ever done it, so I'm just talking from my current experience, but it's been weeks since I saw these seed pods form. So you have to wait until they're fully dried out before you harvest them, but you don't want to let them go so long that they split open and the seeds actually, like, you lose them and they fall out into the ground. And the pods were all looking yellow and they felt good and hollow. So that's why I went ahead and pulled this. And evidently, I still have not let it go long enough. So if you are going to let your radishes go to seed and harvest them, just know that it's going to take a long time for them to get there. I would say it's going to be at least another couple of weeks before this is really ready to go. And this was the first one that was ready. All of the others are still a very bright green. So can't pull them up yet, which means I'm going to have to keep watching for those Harlequin bugs. All right, I'm gonna run the sprinkler for a little bit. I have a patch of grass over there, which is where the old garden used to be. And for whatever reason, one patch is doing great and the other one has had a lot of brown in it. So I'm gonna run the sprinkler on that and then also get my herbaceous border. And so everything will get a little bit more water. And when everything's dry, I need to go spray copper fungicide again everywhere because it's been a couple of days. And I need to refill my hummingbird feeders because, again, it's been a couple of days. But one thing that I am also going to do is go ahead and put out some more of those mosquito dunks in any of the drains. I don't know how much is left, but I've been seeing mosquitoes because, first of all, it rained this morning. Second of all, it's the end of June, so it's getting more humid. Like today, I think the high is supposed to be 91 or 92, but the heat index is supposed to be 102. And the next couple of days are going to be the same. My birthday is actually Tuesday, and it's supposed to be up to 105 with the heat index. So we're going to see more mosquitoes. The more humidity, the more the mosquitoes. So I want to go ahead and put out some more of those dunks just to keep them from being able to lay eggs and reproduce in my yard. I will say this, I have been seeing a ton of dragonflies, more this year than I ever have, and they are a natural predator of the mosquitoes, so I'm very happy to see it. And, you know, I got bitten a lot picking green beans, but I can say that I have been sitting outside and I really haven't had to close my mosquito nets yet. So it's actually looking pretty good because by now we usually have quite a few mosquitoes. So I'm thinking between the mosquito dunks and the dragonflies, they're kind of keeping things down a little bit this year. So I'm hopeful that the rest of the year, I know we'll see more, but I'm hoping not to the extent that we usually do. So we'll see. Ready to water, but this is what I was talking about, and I've been watering it daily now for the last week or two, and I swear no matter how much I water it, it just keeps getting more and more brown. And so here, there was like a little L-shaped bed. And for whatever reason, the grass is not doing very well there. But here is where the tomato bed was, and it's doing okay. And the only thing I can think is that this gets a lot more sun than this. And so that little bit of extra protection from the sun and heat is the only difference. I don't even know what to say about this, to be honest with you, because you know you're not supposed to sow grass in the spring because of the fact that it's so hard to keep it alive in the summer. So you do it in the fall, and that's when I did this. And it came in and it was strong and solid and great before winter, and it came back this spring lush and green and was doing great. But it's already succumbing to the heat, and it hasn't even gotten that hot yet here. So I will try my best to keep it alive through the summer, but I have a feeling I will be reseeding this again come about August or September.